Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright. The game had me fooled. The game had me doubting. But it's here. The promised event has arrived. Layton has taken the stand of the Inquisitors and is trying to say that Espella is the Great Witch, but of course, I'm pretty dang sure he's just playing the role of villain to help guide Phoenix to the truth. And, oh man, this is gonna be some hype-ass shit, so I'm really hyped for this. Let's get in there. Oh, this is gonna be good. Court is now back in session. Are you prepared, High Inquisitor?
So long as I remain on the witness stand, I am no longer High Inquisitor. Simply Darklaw will suffice.
Miss Darklaw, I'd like to just confirm something. A moment ago, we established that you were in fact present at the bell tower during the time of the incident. That makes a total of 3 people at the scene.
It would appear that was the case.
However, you managed to stay hidden from 10 different guards. With the help of this right here. The robe of invisibility. In other words, there is every reason to be suspicious of your actions tonight. Lady Darklaw, while I cannot believe you would deceive us in such a way, I ask that you tell the court what happened at the time of the incident.
Very well.
Cross-examination. Interesting that Kira's still here.
The town square was to be the parade's final stop. I patrolled the perimeter to ensure nothing was amiss.
Did you not... Don't you usually journey with the storyteller in the parades? Why is that different now?
As I passed by the bell tower, a pair of small footprints leading inside caught my eye. I went inside to investigate. I had my own reasons for not allowing any one of those vigilantes to see me. I climbed the stairs up the bell tower and saw an intruder inside with their back turned. I proceeded to apprehend them.
You apprehended the intruder.
While I hold the position of High Inquisitor, there are often times when I must partake in various secret tasks, unbeknownst to the citizens of Labyrinthia. One of those tasks being ensuring the security of the storyteller.
Security?
As such, there is nothing odd nor suspicious about my actions tonight.
So that's how she's trying to play it, huh? I see. Defender, you may now begin your interrogation. Let's begin by pressing.
The town square was to be the parade's final stop. I patrolled the perimeter to ensure nothing was amiss.
Hold it!
Nothing was amiss? You mean there was no immediate threat to the storyteller, right?
Now you tell me, Defender. Surely you remember the final part of the story.
She must mean the part about the storyteller's death. There is little possibility of changing the outcome of what has already been written in the story. However, there are still those who would challenge the story and make an attempt at changing the inevitable.
That is what I too think.
What's up, Maya? Did you notice something?
You could say that. It's just, look at Kira. She's been looking down in the dumps since the start.
Oh, right. Kira. I honestly forgot she was still here.
Not only that, she looks sort of scared, too. You're right. We can't afford to forget about her. I wonder if Kira has anything else she could tell us. I've got to remember to question her the second I see an opening. As I passed by the bell tower, a pair of small footprints leading inside caught my eye. I went inside to investigate.
Hold it!
Those must have been Miss Kira's footsteps from when she snuck into the bell tower, right? Indeed, the ground outside was quite muddy after the rain, so her footprints were easily visible. Right, according to the vigilante's testimony, they thought the footprints looked like Foxy's, but it turned out they weren't hers. That's right. Her footprint would have contained a mark where her stiletto had been. But the footprints I saw at the bell tower contained no heel mark at all. No heels? Wait, what? I mean, yeah, there are heel prints here. You're saying the marks you saw had no heels? Huh? And you stepped inside those footprints on your way up the stairs so as not to leave your own and risk being detected, correct? Exactly. At that time, my main task was to ensure the safety of the town square. In doing so, it was of the utmost importance that no one knew of my presence there. Had the townspeople noticed your presence there, it would undoubtedly have raised some suspicion. Indeed. So naturally, that is why I did not wish to be noticed by the vigilantes. Therefore, it was imperative that I mask any traces of my being there, even if it meant utilizing another's footprints.
I see. A clever tactic worthy of the High Inquisitor herself.
Was there anything off about her testimony just now? Let's leave that be for now and come back to it. I can't let the professor catch me off guard. If I'm going to press an issue, I'd better be sure I know what I'm talking about.
A wise decision, Mr. Wright.
Boy, Nick. You can totally read you like a book. Okay, seriously, is my face that easy to read, or is everyone just psychic? I had my own reasons for not allowing any one of those vigilantes to see me.
Hold it!
And what were those reasons? They relate to protecting the storyteller. It was something I was to carry out at that particular time.
Did it perhaps have something to do with what was already decided upon in the story?
The storyteller's word is absolute. Therefore, any and all those who make an attempt to alter his will must be dealt with immediately.
Oh?
Hang on!
Excuse me, Miss Kira? Witness. Yes? Figures, she really doesn't remember her own name. You seem to be deep in thought about something. Did you remember anything regarding the High Inquisitor's testimony? No, I'm sorry. Nothing in particular. It's just, I'm a little disappointed in myself. Disappointed? I traveled all the way here to Labyrinthia in order to fulfill my mission, but all I managed to do was fail and end up being captured.
Regardless of your own failure, Miss Kira, the storyteller did die as was foretold, did he not?
Tonight, as the rain came pouring down over the town, I arrived at my designated location. Naturally, the bell tower was surrounded by guards on patrol. 10 to be exact. I was very nervous.
10? 10? Okay, Boystrom and his 3 identical henchmen to his side make 4. Then there's Shaky. Then there's Simp 1, Foxy, and Simp 2. And then the one with the stupid long name, I forget. And, oh, yeah, Wordsmith. Yeah, I guess that is 10. I thought there were 9. Huh. She must be talking about the vigilantes.
Just relax, you'll be fine so long as you're wearing this robe, I kept telling myself. Little did I know I was wrong. But none of this would have happened if I was just a little bit more careful.
Enough. I would be thinking more about atoning for your past crimes and less about what could have been if I were you.
Is there anything wrong with Kira's testimony? No? I'm not sure. But I do wonder. We know Kira was wearing the robe of invisibility, wasn't she? Everything will be just fine as long as you wear this robe, yeah. So, because Darklaw's implying that she was also wearing a robe, where is this second robe? Alright, no further questions, Your Honor.
Understood. Lady Darklaw, please continue your testimony.
I climbed the stairs up the bell tower and saw an intruder inside with her back turned. I proceeded to apprehend them.
Hold it!
Do you think it could have been the Great Witch Bezella? I mean, the thought must have crossed your mind. Surely you anticipated some sort of resistance. Well, I hate to admit this. I allowed myself to act rashly without first considering the circumstances. So the second I noticed their presence, I took action. Never did I imagine the intruder would have as much strength as they did. Perhaps I should have gathered more forces to accompany me. However, at the time, I was not thinking straight. I assumed any additional help would not be necessary.
But Lady Darklaw, through your quick thinking and judgment, you still managed to successfully catch the suspect.
Unfortunately, my lord, 'twas nothing more than pure luck. Exceptional results can only be obtained through exceptional thinking. Don't you think?
Wait, so if Darklaw snuck behind Kira and knocked her unconscious, why did she then open up the staircase in the bell tower and dump her at the belfry? The hell? None of this adds up. Why are you looking at me when you say that?
Looks like that's all we're getting out of her for now. You know, if Darklaw was just going into the bell tower to arrest some intruder, then I wonder why she didn't just come out and say that to begin with.
Simple. That information was on a strictly need-to-know basis.
Need-to-know basis, huh?
That sort of secrecy is pretty common, but usually they've got to have a reason for not disclosing the information to begin with. Darklaw was hiding this information for a reason. That's why we need to find out exactly what she was doing in that tower. Got to get her to tell us.
Hey, Nick. Is it just me, or do you feel like we're being watched?
Yeah, tell me about it.
I wonder what's up with the professor. Something must have happened. There's no way he'd turn on us like this. The professor has been very quiet so far. But surely he must have noticed there's something that just doesn't add up with Darklaw's testimony. Anyway, there's bound to be something in this testimony that we can use. We just have to make sure we comb this thing from top to bottom for any contradictions. That's right. Pair of small footprints leading inside caught my eye. We could press this and then say there's a huge problem with this. Or we could press this and say there's something wrong with Kira's thoughts on this. I think it's steering me to want to say that there's something wrong with Darklaw here, so let's read this again, but carefully.
Hold it!
Those must have been Miss Kira's footsteps from when she snuck into the bell tower, right? Indeed. The ground outside was quite muddy after the rain, so her footprints were easily visible. Right. According to the Vigilante's testimony, they thought the footprints looked like Foxy's, but it turned out they weren't hers. That's right. Her footprint would have contained a mark where her stiletto had been. But the footprints I saw at the bell tower contained no heel mark at all. And so you took great pains to mimic the footsteps and leave no trace yourself. So why would you leave heel footprints? Something's wrong here. Huh. And you stepped inside those footprints on your way up the stairs so as not to leave your own and risk being detected, correct? Exactly. At that time, my main task was to ensure the safety of the town square. In doing so, it was of the utmost importance that no one knew of my presence there. Had the townspeople noticed your presence there, it would undoubtedly have raised some suspicion. Indeed. So naturally, that is why I did not wish to be noticed by the Vigilantes. Therefore, it was imperative that I mask any traces of my being there, even if it meant utilizing another's footprints.
I see. A clever tactic worthy of the High Inquisitor herself.
I think there's something very wrong. Miss Darklaw, I just noticed something in your testimony that's very relevant to the case. The defense requests you amend your testimony. Humph. You just can't help letting that ridiculous imagination of yours run wild, can you?
The Inquisition has no objections. Very well. The witness will amend their testimony.
There was no heel on the footprints, so as I ascended the stairs, I was careful to match my footsteps to them, as far as possible. Yeah, no, that's bullcrap. That's bullcrap. I'm just gonna present right away.
Objection!
What I have here is a sketch of the footprints left at the bell tower. How could Darklaw make such a ridiculous mistake like this? So tell me, Miss Darklaw, are these your footprints in the sketch? It would appear so. I would never mean to offend the hard work of Labyrinthia's Vigilantes, but tonight's task was mine and mine alone. Okay. When you put it that way, I can't help but notice a contradiction. What did you say? Miss Darklaw, you stated the following. When you climbed the stairs, the footprints had no heel. so you tried to match your footsteps to them as far as possible. However, if you look at the actual footprints that were left behind, you can clearly see that not only is the heel present, but so is the entire foot. If you were trying so hard to step on the footprints already there, then the footprints in this sketch shouldn't have heel marks.
That is very true, although I do not think such a small detail is of much importance in the long run.
I agree, it's a small detail, Your Honor, but that's not all I noticed. There was something very telling about Miss Darklaw's testimony.
Telling, you say?
She stated that she stepped onto the footprints that were already at the scene in order to disguise her presence. Now, there's something strange there. Specifically, why were these footprints left at the crime scene in the first place?
Objection.
Mr. Wright.
Yes, Professor?
Tell me, can you show the court why this seemingly minor detail is odd?
I can't exactly do that at the moment.
Who can say whether or not these footprints are indeed worthy of concern? And if it is an issue, then what exactly are the implications? That, above all, is what you must answer, Mr. Wright. I do not believe you can assert that this is a blatant contradiction at this time.
There he goes again, flexing that amazing brain of his. What is it, Miss Kira? Oh, it's nothing, really. What the heck was that about? It looked like Kira definitely had something she wanted to say just now.
It would appear the witness has nothing to add. Lady Darklaw, will you please continue with your testimony?
Of course. Anyway, Darklaw shouldn't be able to explain her way out of trouble much longer. There's got to be something more to those footprints, but what? Oh, interesting. Okay.
Hold it!
Let's continue this and we'll question Kira. Any and all those who make an attempt to alter his will must be dealt with immediately.
Hang on!
Excuse me, Miss Kira? A witness. Ah, yes? Figures she really doesn't remember her own name. Yeah, this time... Let's see... Oh. Oh, right, you're right. She went on this spiel. Little did I know I was wrong. Yeah. So I think we need to get to the very end here. Is there anything wrong with Kira's testimony? Well, there must be. There's something odd. Hold on 1 second. About your testimony, Miss Kira. You were thinking to yourself that so long as you had your robe on, you would be fine. Yes, that's right, I was. So, basically, you were wearing the robe the whole time you were on the top floor of the bell tower. Is that right? Oh, I get it. How did Darklaw see her then? Yes, I had it on the entire time. That is, until I was attacked. Then my robe was ripped off by the wind.
Miss Kira, this is the first time we've heard any mention of this information.
Is that so? I think I must have just forgotten.
Your Honor, perhaps we should update this piece of evidence in the court record. Right you are. Visible only to Eldritch Woods residents. Lady Darklaw, please continue your testimony. Okay. You saw an intruder inside with their back turned. How's that possible?
Objection!
So the person you saw when you entered the bell tower was actually Miss Kira. The only problem with that is that it would have been impossible. I think Layton is trying very hard not to laugh.
What are you talking about, Defender?
Miss Kira, or should I say the witness, stated that while she was waiting on the upper floor of the tower, she was wearing her invisibility robe. Therefore, there's no way Miss Darklaw would have been able to see the witness. Oh, you're quite right. Anyone wearing this robe becomes invisible. Right, but there's just one particular group that can see anyone dressed in this robe. And who is that exactly? Only residents of the Eldritch Woods are able to see the robe. If you're from the Eldritch Woods, then you'll have absolutely no problem seeing this thing.
Objection!
So, what you are saying, Mr. Wright, is that Miss Darklaw here actually hails from the Eldritch Woods. Is that correct? And that she knew this girl prior to tonight. That's right, Professor. What is this? A most impressive display, Mr. Wright. However, there is one detail that you appear to have overlooked. Something I overlooked? You say Miss Darklaw saw something she should not have been able to see. However, the truth is that there is one other possibility as to what occurred tonight.
Did he just say what I think he said?
It's rather easy to work out. Quite simply, the witness was not wearing the robe in the first place. What are you talking about, Inquisitor? This witness has proven her memory of tonight's events to be quite unreliable. I believe that by the time she climbed the bell tower, she had in fact already removed her robe.
What? 'Tis as you say, Inquisitor.
Ooh. I think Layton just gave Darklaw an easy out that she latched onto, but I think that's a trap.
As you can see, Defender, your assertion is mere speculation at best. Your little witness here has been lying to the court the entire time. It's as simple as that. That's enough.
Miss Kira?
Lady Darklaw, how could you simply abandon us? How could you betray us?
Ooh. Betray? Witness, what is the meaning of this?
Lady Darklaw, you are the mistress of the Eldritch Woods. Dude, I love this witness. This is the most helpful witness to ever exist. I love her. You are the one responsible for handing us our tasks.
What?
This wretched girl is nothing more than a detestable spawn of magic. Her words cannot be taken seriously. People of Labyrinthia, I ask you, what am I if not a loyal daughter of this fair town?
Darkla, would you care to explain why the same eye symbol as on Kira's robe and brooch there is on your gauntlet? Could you explain that to the court, please?
No, you're lying, Lady Darklaw. When I was waiting up there at the top of the bell tower, I was most certainly wearing that robe. Lady Darklaw, you were also wearing a similar robe, were you not? Don't you remember? Humph. What nonsense. I haven't a clue what you're babbling about. I simply managed to sneak right by those makeshift guards. 'Twas not the most demanding of tasks for someone like me. Yes, you're right. That would be true. If you'd been sneaking around by yourself.
By yourself? Witness, enough!
Listen to me and listen well. Continue as you are, and I will see to it that this court be the last place in which you ever set foot. It matters not. The end is already nigh. After the events of today, I shouldn't even be here right now.
Miss Kira, you're saying that Miss Darklaw was not by herself at the time of the incident tonight?
That's right. Lady Darklaw was wearing the invisibility robe, and underneath that robe was a young girl passed out on her back.
What? A girl? Could that be?
Yes. It was the very same girl imprisoned inside that cage up there.
You mean Espella Cantabella? Order? Order? So the accused was carried up the bell tower?
My lord, there is nothing left for me to say. 'Tis the word of the High Inquisitor versus that of a witch. Tell me, who would you sooner believe?
Objection.
All she's got is clout. Miss Darklaw, you of all people should be aware that this isn't a matter of believing or not believing. I'm afraid those are words that carry no meaning here. The only thing that carries any meaning here within the courtroom is evidence. Don't you agree, Mr. Wright?
Yes, absolutely, Professor. Well now, things are beginning to heat up a little, are they not? Fine. Tell me, Defender, have you the means to prove this assertion? Do you actually think you can prove that I, the High Inquisitor of Labyrinthia, carried the accused into the bell tower?
From the looks of it, Miss Kira was supposed to keep quiet about Darklaw's little secret. But she couldn't deal with all of Darklaw's denials and finally found the guts to chime in. I can't let Kira's effort go to waste. I don't care what stands in my way, I'm going to find the truth. Your Honor, the defense wishes to present evidence proving that Miss Darklaw did in fact carry my client up the tower. Very well, Defender. You may present your evidence. Show us the evidence that proves Lady Darklaw carried the accused up the bell tower. Is it the footprints, maybe? Well,
Oh. 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 Isabella didn't have her necklace around her neck. Instead, she was wearing a similar necklace around her wrist. When Kira was attacked from behind, Kira must have reached back and pulled this pendant off of Isabella. Right? Yeah, Darklaw wouldn't be wearing this necessarily. But then, wasn't it a whole thing that the whole reason we got Darklaw onto this witness stand was because we claimed that her neck was injured, and she kind of was like, well done, you got me, I'll go to the stand. If Isabella was wearing the pendant the whole time and it was around her neck, Darklaw's neck wouldn't be the one that's injured, though. I really don't think there's any Grand Grimoire magic spell that is even relevant at all here. Yeah, no. And profiles are just profiles. It's gotta be one of these things. And the pendant? We could say that the footprint shows that it would be impossible to stand on your tiptoes and not use your heels or carrying someone up a flight of stairs, but that seems flimsy. I think it's a pendant. I think it's a pendant.
Take that!
And just what, may I ask, is that supposed to mean, Defender? Say what? Oh no. Mr. Wright, it pains me to say this, but it seems I may have overestimated you. Ow! Ow, my heart! Oh, that hurts worse than the picarets. Come again? Huh, you're not worthy to stand behind that bench. Take that strange lackey of yours and leave this courtroom now. Arg! Wait a second. Strange lackey? Stay, you don't think she means me, do you, Nick? I'm pretty sure she did, yeah. Nick, you're just gonna sit there and let her get away with that trash-talking me like that? I sure am. Welcome to my world, Maya. Anyway, the defense wishes to try again. Please endeavor to make your point more clearly this time, Mr. Wright. Very well, Defender. You may present your evidence. Show us the evidence that proves Lady Darklaw carried the accused up the bell tower. Hidden coin time. The robe, the plan, and the sketch. Honestly, I think we can just disregard the bell tower plan completely. Wait a second. Wasn't it said that this robe was too big for Kira? Oh, that's gotta be it. It's too big.
Take that!
Shit.
Well, that's really embarrassing.
Take that!
There was something in your testimony just now that I'm not buying. And that's the footprints that were left at the bell tower.
Did I not just finish admitting that those were my footprints?
Miss Darklaw, you stated the following. There was no heel on the footprints, so as I ascended the stairs, I was careful to match my footsteps to them as far as possible. However, the reality is, the footprints pictured in the sketch actually do contain a heel. That means something must have prevented you from being able to tiptoe along the footprints that were already there. Prevented? Oh, you mean... Yeah, the worst part about this is that I actually directly said this exact reasoning. That's right, Your Honor. Miss Darklaw, when you climbed at the bell tower tonight, you must have been carrying Miss Cantabella on your back, is that correct? If you remember, it rained quite heavily tonight. That means the stairs must have been quite slippery. With your two hands occupied carrying my client, there would be no safe way for you to tiptoe up the stairs without falling. That right there is the truth behind the footprints on the staircase. Lady Darklaw, you...
Fine, I admit it. It is as you say. I donned the robe and made my way up the tower. But I was not alone. I carried both Espella Cantabella and her little friend up the tower with me.
Eve? Little friend?
That black-furred creature of hers, that thing is nary ever second from her side. Oh, she must mean Eve. When I arrived at the top of the tower, I saw this girl already there and called out to her. I was very shocked to see the mistress show up in person like that. The girl's presence was an inconvenience, so I immediately put her to sleep. Believe it or not, it's just like you said, Defender. I used what remained of Belduke's medicine to put the girl out of the picture.
And that's when Miss Kira put up a fight and pulled this pendant right off your neck, correct?
That's right.
I cannot fathom it. That would mean this pendant actually belongs to you, Lady Darklaw. I just have one question, Miss Darklaw. Why? Why take Espella up the bell tower? Why render her unconscious? And why go through the trouble of sneaking past the guards? What exactly was your aim in all of this?
I am in no way obliged to answer that question, Defender.
What?
What? What makes you say that? Simple. None of this has any relevance to the case at hand, that is why.
You just admitted that you carried the defendant's unconscious body to the crime scene.
The frick do you mean?
Objection!
Miss Darklaw, you rendered the witness unconscious and locked her up at the top of the bell tower. I'd say that is more than a little relevant.
Objection!
Your Honor, if I may, the Inquisition believes the defense's question to be irrelevant to the current case.
Really? Professor?
What are you saying? It would seem the defense has forgotten a very important point. Namely, the point of this, Mr. Wright.
Huh?
The aim of this trial is to find the identity of the Great Witch Bezilla. Whether or not Miss Darklaw locked the witness at the top of the bell tower is hardly relevant to the purpose of this trial.
But
there is one thing that is very clear. Neither Miss Darklaw nor this witness could possibly be Bezilla.
what?
If either one of the two were Bezilla, then there would be no need for them to have used this robe of invisibility. They cannot use any magic. Therefore, it is inconceivable that either of them could be the Great Witch. A rather straightforward argument if there ever was one. At the time of the incident, there were 3 people present. Of those 3, 2 used the robe of invisibility to vanish from sight, leaving only one person. Indeed, Miss Cantabella. With all this in mind, the larger question is, who is Bezilla?
Is that not obvious? The accused, Isabella Candabella, is the only possible answer. Besides, the accused's voice was heard by all the townspeople chanting the spelled Grandworm.
Objection!
Not so fast. I happen to think these witnesses are extremely relevant to this trial. Did you forget about Miss Kira? She supposedly took a one-way trip into that pit of fire over there. And yet here she is in one piece, testifying that she returned in order to kill the ruler of Labyrinthia, the storyteller. Then there's Miss Darklaw, who rendered the defendant unconscious and proceeded to transport her up the bell tower. I'd say there's more than enough reason to investigate who these two really are. Only to discover that they are not in fact the Great Witch Bezilla? I'm saying there's a possibility that these two are somehow related to Bezilla. The court will now announce its thoughts on the matter. I must say, what Inquisitor Layton has stated certainly does ring true. However, Lady Darklaw, I have one question I must ask you. What exactly were you hoping to accomplish here tonight?
I assure you, 'twas not my intent to deceive the good citizens of Labyrinthia. However, I must now reveal the truth to you all. What did she say? You don't think Lady Darklaw is in league with the witches, do you?
She can't be. She was the one that saw to that other witch's demise. Lady Darklaw, are you saying that you're...
Humph. That's right, my lord. I am a shade.
Ooh, this is getting spicy.
A shade?
Lady Darklaw, will you please tell the court exactly what you mean when you say shade?
Yes, of course. I grow weary of standing behind this bench. I will tell you all I can.
What the heck is she trying to pull? Why testify about something that could potentially undermine your credibility? Oh, there's a saying I love. If you want to get away with a big score, you gotta take a small hit.
Shades live outside the realm of those who dwell within Labyrinthia. To them I am known as the Great Witch. Those that are put to the flames in the witch trials become shades who live their lives in the woods. We exist to carry out tasks given to us by our mistress, the Great Witch herself. I am not a witch, nor am I a wandering spirit.
What on earth? High Inquisitor Darklaw. Do you mean to say that not only are you a witch, but that you're the Great Witch?
Unbelievable. Lady Darklaw is the Great Witch? The Great Witch. Doesn't that mean she's Bezella? That's right. Lady Darklaw is Bezella?
I do hope you have not forgotten what we established only moments ago. It is not possible for Miss Darklaw to be Bezella. But Inquisitor Layton, surely the testimony just now proves it. I'm afraid that in the heat of such revelations, you have all misheard that information.
'Tis pointless. This is the extent of what the people of this town will believe.
I believe the truth will become clear during our cross-examination. Don't you agree, Mr. Wright? Defender, you may begin your interrogation. Huh.
Wow.
I feel like the way Darklaw is going to spin this is that this is all a secret operation carried out by the Inquisitors. The general public doesn't know, but the Inquisitors know, the storyteller knows, it's all part of their plan. She's saying that to them I am known as the Great Witch. I think she's just gonna play it like, yes, I'm Inquisitor Darklaw, and as part of controlling these shades, I tell them that I'm Bezella, but it's not true. That's what I think she's going for here. But what's interesting is that Kira's saying that the shades exist to give out, to perform tasks given out by the Great Witch herself. And Kira's earlier testimony in this court was that she had orders to kill the storyteller. So if we can remind everyone about that, that's not going to make Darklaw look good. No, sir. Well, yeah, even after all this, I'm still convinced Layton is barreling towards the truth. He's just playing the role of the villain. It's not enough to get a successful verdict that will save Ispella's life. No, the truth must be revealed. Even if that means prolonging things, even if that means making things look worse for Ispella than they really are. But my question is Luke out doing something right now? We haven't seen hide nor hair of Luke. I feel like he's been given some task to perform himself. I don't know what that could be, though. Maybe to, like, retrieve something from the Eldritch Woods? To maybe go break Barnum and maybe Jean out of prison? I don't know. I just do not know. Yeah, I feel like Luke's whereabouts are definitely a question I should be wondering about. That's for sure. Anything else? Well, I am a little salty that I took 2 hits. I have 2 little shreds of credibility left. That's not good. I might have to want to rely first and foremost on hint coins from here on. I have so many. So many. Over 160. Yeah, no, I think I've run out of things to say, so I certainly am still enjoying this. I can't wait to see where things go from here. wonder how the storyteller's gonna be brought back into this. The storyteller is alive. The whole premise of this trial is a joke. How is that going to come back into play? At the very least, I hope the storyteller gets held accountable. At the very least, for the attempted child murder. It's kind of weird. Anyway, I'm Zephyr the Jester. This has been more Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright. Thank you for watching. Hopefully, I'll catch you next time. So until then, please take care.